Welcome back to the Sandy Bay map by Oxygendavid. We have got a bit of a treat today, and that is the Kuhn Big M. Yep, it's been a very long time since I've driven one of these in Farming Simulator. To be precise, it was actually Farming Simulator 2008 when I last drove one of these, and they've come a long way. This is actually from FS13, however it has been converted over, and it's been converted over very well. I've just been driving around it for the last few minutes just to check it over and make sure I do like it, and I really do, and make sure it's all okay and everything. I don't want any faults for the video, and it's all fantastic. This is by OEB Modding, and I think, well, everything that OEB Modding does is fantastic, so really I don't even have to check it over to know it's going to be good. But here it is, the Kuhn Big M. This is a massive mower, basically one big self-propelled mower, and we're going to do a lot of mowing with this machine. This is rented. We obviously cannot afford to buy it yet, unfortunately, although I really do wish we could. But yeah, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to take it over to field number 31, which is actually very close to here, and we're going to give it a go. Because I've never driven, I've driven it, but I've never actually cut with it. Really looking forward to this. This is going to be amazing. I was kind of considering putting it at the end of last week's video, but I thought it was so good that it needed a video to itself. So here it is, the Kuhn Big M. I feel like I am driving a spaceship. It's one monster of a machine. And is there a better map for this machine? Well, that's debatable. But one thing is for sure, it fits in here very well. There is a lot of grass to go at. You need these big machines. I'll tell you one field which will be very interesting. The top field near the cliff over there. Wow, that would be a view. We'll do it one day, but for now we're going to start with field 31. We could even do 35, but that is possibly for our sheep or cows. Cows, I think. So we might not cut that. But anyway, what we're going to do is have a run through of this machine. I have not really looked at it too much, like I say, so I'm going to have to teach myself very quickly. But it shouldn't be too hard, just to unfold like we normally do. And it says enable wide spreading. Oh, I see. So it adjusts the back bit here where it throws the grass out. I'll have to change that while I'm actually mowing just to see what that does exactly. But let's get it started up. I'll probably go clockwise around the field, actually, thinking about it. Ah, now that must put it all into the centre, so that you can just bale it up or do whatever with it, pick it up with a forage wagon. Very handy. So you don't actually need a windrower when using this machine. It's so wide, I'm not used to this. This is taking in so much at a time. Wow. So if I was to swap the mode over now, I'm assuming it will leave just a one even spread of grass. It won't actually put it into a row. I will just test it in this bottom corner. Oh yes, yep. We don't want that though, so let's take it out of that. Yeah, I just don't know why I've never used this before. It's not like it's only just been released. I mean, it was in FS13. Why didn't I use it? I've been missing something, that's for sure. I think I'll probably have to use this in every map from now on, except for the minuscule maps, because it's just not going to fit. But yeah, this map, wow. Oh, it's amazing. I love this. This is so good. The Big M 500. Yeah, I used one in FS08, and although it was good at the time, it was good. All the mods were good for what that game offered, because the mods were actually better than the base game tractors in FS08, and it was just incredible. But from what I remember, inside the cab, the top here had the same texture on the interior as it did on the exterior. It was so weird, but for the time it was amazing. It really was, and I'm sure a lot of you watching actually used that mod. If only you could still download them from somewhere. You know, I've tried to find the FS08 mods and play with them on the game, because I've still got it. I've still got FS08. It's getting a bit of a mouthful, that. But yeah, I've just never found them. So unless you downloaded them at the time and kept them, I don't think they'll be seen again, which is a real shame, because they were the starting point to Farming Simulator. So yeah, I did have some. I had some mods for that game until a few years ago, but now I really have lost them, I think. So it's a shame. It's amazing as well, because you know, when you put something on the internet, it can be hard to get rid of. I don't think it is in the case of 08 mods. But there you go, just one of those things. I seem to remember there was also a John Deere as well. There was a John Deere tractor, like a, I think it was 6930 or something, premium, and that was so highly detailed for the time. But it wouldn't even compare to a modern John Deere in FS15. But it was just good. It was just good for the age, and it was so fun to play. I probably clocked up over, I don't know, 300 hours maybe, which isn't much compared to FS15, I'll tell you. If I had this game on Steam, it'd probably be showing over 2,000 hours. I really wish I did know how many hours I played. Or maybe I don't. It's probably quite scary to know how many hours I've played of FS15. You know, I've played it nearly every day for the past, well, actually, since it's been released. Yeah, that would be a lot of hours. That would be scary. But this is going to be obviously silage, because it's putting it straight into the middle. We can't tether it or anything, because we've already rode it up. So yeah, this will be our silage for now. But isn't it doing a neat job? It's so neat. Even me driving it, and it's still making it that neat. It's actually, from the exterior camera, very easy to use. I can imagine from inside, yep, that's much harder. I can't actually see the edge of the mower. Yeah, coming way off. And could there be a better backdrop? Don't think so. I could sit here and do this for hours. I really could, but I won't do, because I don't want to bore you all. You probably want to go and download this mod and try it out yourself if you haven't already. Look at the details where you can see the auger in there where we've closed it off. You see the auger pulling all of the cut grass to the end into the centre. Four-wheel steer as well. Already almost finished this entire field in just, what, 5, maybe coming up to 10 minutes. And there we go. That is the field completed. So let's go and find another field. Field 6, 7, 35 potentially. They are all grass fields which we own. But yes, that is all ready now to be picked up and put straight into silage pits here. Very close as well, that is very easy. So let's head down here, and this nice chalky looking road, or track. It's a little bit big for these back roads. That's better. An open road and traffic lights, of course. And plenty of chaos as well. It's not quite as narrow this way, so we should be okay. It's when you get two walls on either side, that's when it gets a bit tricky. Because these mowers at the front obviously don't fold up at 90-degree angle, and they just overhang a little bit. But the field is just up here. I'm not quite sure where the entrance is yet though. Could be a joint entrance with another field. It is. It's that one. That entrance just there. At least it's a double gate. That makes it much easier for us. So we'll get this field cut as well, but I think this one we will put onto the other mode so that we can tether it, and then we can row it up and bale it for hay, because we don't want too much of each thing. So yeah, let's begin to unfold it. Oh, there's another gate there, look. Well, we can leave out of that way and shut the other gate on the way back. Just depends which side of the field we're going to be on, which is actually probably the other side anyway. So we want to open these flaps. Works very similar to a mulching deck on a lawnmower, really. It's just like a massive lawnmower. Blocks the grass off, so it just, well, in this one's case, it feeds it into the middle. In a lawnmower, it traps it so that it keeps getting cut and mulches it down into fine grass. So that is the setting we want. Good. So yeah, we're just going to cut this field. This isn't a big field, this is a fairly small field with some telegraph poles running through the centre, so we'll just have to be a bit wary of those. See if I can stick to the in-cab for a second. I've also just swapped over my steering wheel to the Logitech G27, but I've kept the Saytech control panel, of course, because it's just so good. The reason why I have decided to ignore that. The reason why I've decided to swap back over is because, well, the main reason is because the other steering wheel is actually quite loud in the microphone. You can actually hear it as I turn it, which obviously is not a problem if you're not recording, but for me, when I'm recording, it can become a bit of a nuisance. Now I try and edit most of that sound out, but it is just a bit more of a pain for me. But another thing actually is it is smoother. It does run smoother, G27, so that is why I've reverted to this one. But the control panel, definitely keeping this. This is just something which I can't live without now when it comes to Farming Simulator. We are going to have to keep this control panel going. I mean, the joystick is just so handy for so many different applications. We've got the front loaders, we've got the forestry equipment, and then you can actually program it to work with anything basically. So yeah, very, very handy piece of equipment to have with Farming Simulator. You can actually buy it individually, independently from the steering wheel. I'm not sure if you can in the United Kingdom, but you certainly can in other countries. At least you could. When it was first released, you definitely could. I'm not sure on how things are going with stock at the moment with the static steering wheel. Last time I checked, it seemed to be out of stock in the UK, but I can't say for sure. Right, we're going for another time around the field, another lap. Already eaten all of that outside, eating it very quickly. It's just, look at that, it's just no work to it at all. The only downside is the price, because we're renting it for a day and this is still costing, I think, near to £21,000 for a day, which is not exactly cheap. That is why we're going to have to cut as many fields as possible, maybe even all the fields we own. I might do some off screen. And to buy, I think it is almost £300,000. Now we've got a bit of a tricky bit coming up. Might be worth going round this. I'm not sure the exact recognised way of doing that, but that has worked. I don't know what that will look like. I just did all of that in cab without even seeing. That could be worse. I think I missed a few bits. And let's just finish this final bit. The ending is going to be the hardest with a field like this. Is that a massive mound? It is. Lucky I saw that. I was just thinking that looks a bit taller than the rest of the field. And that doesn't look great either. Yes, you could easily say that this is too big for this field. And you'd probably be right. Just this triangle, which you always get left with in a small field. And I think that is pretty much it. This machine is just great fun. So we'll leave it the same way that we came, just so that I can shut the gate behind me. I know there are a number of people who get quite annoyed when I forget to shut the gates. I don't always forget, it's just sometimes I don't always find it necessary because we can be coming back the next day. But yeah, we'll shut the gate this time because I don't know how long it'll be. There, gate shut. So there are other fields which we own, and I think primarily field number 7. But yeah, 35, yeah, I think that is for the cows. So we don't really want to be taking their grass from them, because they need that. So we'll put this away for today, but I'm really hoping to use it again. We're obviously going to have to get the tedder out now, when it's all dried on that side, and also we're going to have to get the forage wagon out, or we might get a forage harvester and throw it into a trailer. Just depends. We don't actually have a forage harvester. That's one thing we don't have. And also we need to find a place for this. I think what we'll probably do is just take it around the front of the barns and just park it up out the front, because there is a lot of space out there. The enchanted forest, very close to it. It just says forest on the map, but it's the enchanted forest. So if you want to download this mod, then the download link is below and also in the Google document below, along with the credits. I'd also like to thank OEB Modding for creating and sharing this mod, such a fantastic mod, and also for converting it over to FS15 so we can play it with the newer version. So I think we'll park it here because, yeah, there isn't much space for it. It's rented. And we'll probably be using it again soon anyway. So we'll turn the engine off. Very close to the field we did. That's one of our next jobs. So we've got a lot of things to do. We've got to collect the straw bales from field number 8. We've got to collect all this up. We've got to plough field number 8. And we've also got to tedder, windrow and haymake field number 6. So that is quite a lot of jobs to be getting on with, and all go towards our animals. All of this is for our animals. So once they're all sorted, we'll be able to do some more arable work. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching. I have thoroughly enjoyed making this video. Such an amazing mod that. I don't know why I've never played with it before, but yep, there we go. Thank you very much. Please do join me again next time, and I see you again soon. Bye for now.